Good evening, nerds. It's Fenner, and it's time for another replay cast. Continuing the week with the ViBE here. Gonna be looking at one of his ZvP games. Again, I haven't checked out any of these replays yet, so I'm just jumping into them blindly. We have a Korean Protoss. This is the only Korean player in the pack of replays he sent me, so I thought I'd check him out just to see if the Koreans are doing anything differently. Now, ViBE is down here as well, going for the hatch first, going into that gas and going into that pool. Now, I've seen a little bit of ViBE's ZvP before. I casted it even on my YouTube channel actually when he played against A-Bomb. I was struggling with ZvP quite a lot in Legacy of the Void, so I was like, ViBE, what's going on? And I wanted to see what he was doing basically. And it looks like this game, just like his ZvT, going for that ultra fast third hatchery right there. This seems to be the build he favors in, well, both of the matchups that we've seen so far. I can't imagine he does the same in ZvZ as well. That would be absolutely insane. But it's kind of crazy that he gets away with this, because the third hatch is coming down at a timing that is kind of eating into your economy. It's not later where you can kind of get away with it. So this must be something new for Legacy of the Void. ViBE has found out that he really likes, because you definitely could not get this early of a third hatch in Heart of the Swarm. Now, one of the reasons this is really great, though, is that thinking about it, later on in the game, with Legacy of the Void minerals here, you've got 4 patches in the main and the natural, and every base in the game that have less on them than the other patches. So you mine out, I think, well, half of the patch is 50% as fast, so you mine out at a 25% faster pace through the entire mineral patch. Okay. That made it way more complicated. There's 4 patches that have got 50%, and it speeds things up a bit. You mine out a lot faster than you do in Heart of the Swarm, so having that third base up to transfer drones onto later on a bit quicker is really nice. And we see him dropping that early Rocher on there as well. Maybe he saw something, not quite sure. It doesn't look like it. Overlord just floating into the natural here and finding a Nexus. Whereas this sneaky Korean Protoss is popping down a bunch of gateways on the left side here. I'm wondering what he's going to do with these. Adepts, obviously very popular in Legacy of the Void right now. The new unit for the Protoss does a lot of damage very quickly, and they can use the phase ability to get through places and confuse the opponent on where they're about to go. So it could be a very strong unit. He's following this up with a Forge and a Twilight. This looks very reminiscent of a Heart of the Swarm style build here. Other than the fact that he is boosting that warp gate and sneaking a pylon down on the map now. I don't think ViBE has any vision of that pylon at all. So this could be really nasty for ViBE. Now the probe is getting even closer. Look how close he's popping that pylon down. But ViBE is puts it on the edge. Wait, how did he dodge that Overlord? He doesn't even have vision. That was very weird, man. He like got here and he like moved out the vision of the Overlord, even though the Overlord was kind of on the high ground and you shouldn't be able to see it. But here we go, the phase ability from the Adepts right here. One going into the third base, a couple going into the main base as well. What does ViBE have to deal with this? He's got Lings on the way, he's got Roaches on the way, but he's going to start losing drones here really quickly. Here come the Lings, Roaches pop in the main base as well to start doing damage there. And it looks like ViBE should be able to shut this down, even as Lings over here where the Shades are going and the Adepts go over there. But easy shutdown from ViBE. Don't think he lost too many workers. And he has that third base up as well. Another Adept in the main base, not doing too much. Now it's 4 Adepts at the pylon, which, you know, they're not going to go in. They know what's going to happen. They know what happened to their brothers. They all died so easily. ViBE shutting that down very, very easily after seeing that probe down there dropping the pylon. Makes it kind of obvious that some kind of aggression is coming across the map. Now ViBE is going to counterattack while KoreanDude here tries to take... Oh, I think he's going to try and take a base. He's putting a pylon at the front. But here comes ViBE. Could have gone for the wraparound there, but KoreanDude does see it and moves back. And he's going to try and send these Adepts in while ViBE is on the other side of the map. Just 2 Adepts coming forward here to try and pull ViBE out of position. But Roaches are ready for ViBE, and that is an easy shutdown for ViBE once again. Looks like 1 Shade might make it in. Will he pop it? He will pop it, and he goes into the main base with that, but shouldn't do too much damage at all. Can't really fight Quinn. He's not even controlling with it. Again, easy kill for ViBE, man. ViBE is making easy work of this guy so far. He is going for the double melee upgrades. Like I said, I've seen this style before from ViBE. What he goes for is big Ravager style with Lings. And the idea is to wrap around with the Lings and then throw the corrosive bile of the Ravager into the center of the battle where the Lings are wrapped around, hitting all of the units of the Protoss player. Now, KoreanDude is following up with a bunch more Stalkers, 2 Adepts, and big Warpins. It looks like he wants to finish the game right now. He put that pylon down there just to make ViBE think it was a third base, but it's not. And he's going to be going hard on this. He's only 83 supply, though, with ViBE at 102. I feel like ViBE got a massive lead holding off that early pressure. And now he's getting time to get Ravagers up as well. With the Ling wraparound and all the units. You're going to see how good this style is. I hope. I hope I'm not wrong. And I'm not hyping it up too much, but previously I've seen this style do so well. If he does get the full wraparound. Because the thing is, they don't have as many sentries when they go for this Adept style. So Lings work out a lot better than they did in the past. You can also kill force fields with the Ravagers if need be. There we go. Blink back. He's going to come up the ramp here. ViBE moving forward. Couple of Ravager shots going down, but not hitting too much. Easy to move back from that one. Mr. Protoss, the KoreanDude, as we're calling him this game, he's going to look for a different position. Now, I don't know about this too much. This is a bigger surface area for ViBE here. Easier for him to get the Ling wraparound. Actually, KoreanDude just baiting it out. Again, I don't know how he's making these movements so well. He kind of knew the ViBE Zergling was coming across there, but here come the mass Ling. Not the best position for ViBE. He likes to get the Protoss army in a big clump so he can throw down the Ravager shots. Instead, it's just the Lings coming in not so efficiently there. But ViBE moving forward once again, looking for the wrap on. The Shades move forward. ViBE easily going to pick them off, repositioning to the left there. And that's some easy kills there for ViBE. Ravager shots going off on the Stalkers at the back there on ViBE. I don't know, this is looking pretty good for him, man. It's kind of close, but with the more reinforcements coming in for ViBE, so many Zerglings making easy work of KoreanDude here. And he does have some more Blink Stalkers, but just too many Roaches. And then once again, once the next round of Lings comes along, then ViBE is going to be in a great spot. Actually, he's so comfortable that he's even going to go for Mutalisks at this point. 12 Mutalisks on the production tab, just cleaning this army up with the rest of his army. And then once those Mutalisks go across the map, it's got to be GG. What can the KoreanDude possibly do off of 2 bases? And this is where we get to see the Legacy of the Void economy kicking in as well. If we go back to look at KoreanDude's base here, 4 of the patches in the main base are already gone. And they're also going down at the natural as well. So that's where you see these 2 base all-ins from Protoss losing steam a lot quicker than they did in Heart of the Swarm. Just not having those extra mineral patches. If this was Heart of the Swarm, you'd be mining out in the main base at like 18 minutes. Whereas right now it's 8 minutes. 4 of the patches have already gone. Steam has been lost, and in Heart of the Swarm, where Protoss could possibly follow up with another attack right now, they're going to be limited with the amount of income they've got right there. ViBE is going to be harassing with these Mutalisks, and he's expanding everywhere. As you can see, expanding a lot faster than he would in Heart of the Swarm, taking the 4th and the 5th at the same time. Even though it's only 10 minutes into the game, his main base is mining out, his natural is mining out. He's got to start thinking about the future, and that is taking the 5th base early on in this game. And once again, Ling and Ravager doing quite well there. Ravager just zoning them out and then going back in with the Mutalisks here. I can't see how KoreanDude is going to come back in this game. It's kind of just one of those slow death games where, as a commentator, you start here and you're like, well, let me hype this up. Oh my god, a Cyber Core going down. Amazing play by ViBE. But at the end of the day, not much can really happen here other than ViBE overwhelming this army and then KoreanDude GGing eventually. Let's keep an eye on the production tab. One way ViBE could lose this is if he just goes into Mutalisks too much and doesn't really have a ground army to deal with the ground army of KoreanDude, but I think he has enough right here with the Mutalisks as well. Not that many Stalkers around. And there we go, ViBE moving in with all the Lings. Does look kind of close, actually. Kind of scary, but taking a few Ravager shots before engaging fully. Let's see if the Mutalisks can do it here. Stalkers on the ground, blinking around, but not doing too much. Mutalisks with a +1 range there as well, doing a lot of damage, and that's going to be it. The entire army is going to get cleaned up there. Another Stalker warp in. Actually, a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be. And ViBE will have to back off, but if he has a... Oh, he's going for more Mutas! ViBE is insane! He could just build Lings and overwhelm this, but for some reason, he's trying to push his tech advantage for the later game, maybe thinking that the Protoss player actually has a 3rd base up now, but no, he's just on 2 bases. He doesn't need to take these risks of teching up too fast. He can just build Zerglings if he needs to. I mean, I still think he's going to overwhelm this army once he gets the Zergling. Well, wait a second. They're actually looking a bit scary for ViBE. 50 more Zerglings on the way, but Adepts do really well against Zerglings. It's actually looking kind of scary. He might want to pull the drones off the line. Couple of force fields left. Here he goes in. One Ravager shot going off. Muthless trying to do what they can to the Stalkers, and it looks like maybe KoreanDude has gone a bit too far here. Not enough Stalkers left to kill the Muthless, and that's going to be it. The cleanup there, as I keep saying, but then Korean guy comes back with a couple more units. But that should be it. Just about 8 more Stalkers left there, and that is a solid amount of Mutalisks. Almost. Actually, I don't know how many's on a row here. 4, 8. It's like 12-ish. Wait, let me count. 4, 8, 10. 12 on a row on the WCS overlay. And here we go. The Lings roll in. Mutalisk roll in. And that sums up the ViBE ZvP pretty well right there. He's going to clean this up, but Ravager Zergling doing pretty well for him, and a style that I want to steal as well and start using a lot more, as it does seem very, very powerful, using the Lings to wrap around, hold the Protoss units in place, and then just throw down the Ravage shots and get a lot of damage done. Hope you enjoyed this replay cast, guys. Let me know if you want to see more replay casts on this channel in the comment section below. And I will see you nerds tomorrow for another one. Peace, guys. Thanks for watching.